guys, it's Susan Hedges with HedgesFitness and founder of Team Impact. And I'm here with my girl, Heather Peterson, the Fitness Fairy. She's one of the leaders on Team Impact. And really, we just wanted to get together tonight, hang out with each other, and hang out with you a little bit and share with you our passion and our love and talk to you just real and down to earth about what we do as coaches. So before we get started, figure we'll introduce ourselves and kind of talk about how we got to where we are sitting here in a hotel room together, talking to you all. So I've been a Beachbody coach for about 4.5 years now. I found Beachbody in a little bit of a different way than I think most people do. I think most people come to Beachbody because of our workout programs. Most people have heard of Insanity or P90X, and they have joined Beachbody for that reason. But actually, when I found Beachbody, it was because of Shakeology, and I had no idea about any of the fitness programs or that was tied together at all. I was actually stalking this woman on Facebook who kept talking about the Shakeology stuff like it was some kind of miracle shake, and needed a miracle. I was really struggling in my weight loss journey. I'd been a runner, had lost a little bit of weight running, but really plateaued, wasn't getting any results. I yo-yoed up and down. If there was a fad diet out there, I tried it. If there was a pill or shake, any of it, I tried it. So it's really no surprise that I was open to trying Shakeology. So I messaged this lady after stalking her for a long time on Facebook, and come to find out she lived where I did, in the same city in Houston. And so I was able to meet up with her. She sold me some packets of Shakeology. Immediately, I fell in love. It was a 3-day, and now it's considered the 3-day refresh. Back then it was called the 3-day Shakeology cleanse. And I wanted to do it before I went on vacation because I wanted to feel just a little bit more confident in my swimsuit. And so I did it before we went on vacation. I actually dropped like 5 pounds in those 3 days. But what was more was I just felt good. I had like all this energy, like natural energy, not jittery, weird. I just felt good and energized. Mm-hmm. So I came back from vacation and called her back up and met up with her again and did it again, and ended up just not ever going a day without Shakeology since. That's the short story. And it was a few months in after I'd been drinking it every day and ordering it when the lady was like, you could be saving 25% on these shakes by being a coach.
It's an amazing idea.
Amazing. But I was like, coach? No way. No way. Like, there's no way I can possibly coach anybody. I'm just not a coach. B, I'm working on me. Like, I'm trying to figure this out. I am not at my weight loss goal by any means. I've got, I'm in no place to be able to lead anybody else. Was how I felt. But she assured me that I did not have to do that. Mm-hmm. And I didn't believe her, to be honest. So being the type A research analyst that I am, I went to work on the Google. And I read up everything I could about Beachbody coaching. I had done the same thing about Shakeology. That's just the way I roll. I do my research. And I couldn't really find any holes in her story. Like, she had told me if I didn't want to stick with it, I could quit. She told me I really didn't have to coach anybody. She told me to just keep drinking my shake that I was already doing. So I signed up to be a coach. It wasn't until she added me to a Facebook group where they were, at the time, most people were doing Insanity. And I was like, Insanity? Get that on my shelf at home. I had bought Insanity a year before or something on an infomercial, and I had put it in and tried it a couple times, thought I was going to die, and off to the shelf it went. I'm sure you guys probably have programs at home that you've ordered off of something and they're sitting on a shelf collecting dust like Insanity was. But the people in this group were doing the program, and a lot of them were less fit than I was. They had more weight to lose than I was. I did, and they were doing the program, and they were motivating and supporting each other. And then they had these things called challenge groups that they were running and helping other people lose weight. Basically, what it comes down to is that all these people were having fun and getting results. And I was just sitting back drinking my shake, chilling, enjoying it, thinking I was doing good, you know?
Y'all are interesting.
Yeah. I was a Facebook stalker. I was just stalking everybody, just watching them have fun. But if you know anything about me, you know I'm not one to miss out on fun. So I wanted in on it. That's it. I just wanted in on it. So that's when I pulled out insanity and said, I'm doing this. Like, if these people can do it, I'm doing it. And I ran my first challenge group with myself and a couple of my friends also that had insanity from like an infomercial. Nobody bought insanity from me when I first started. They already had it, and we just did it together, which was really fun and really cool. And we all saw results. And I've been working out 2 Beachbody programs nonstop ever since. So I really continued as a discount coach. It's what we call like a loyalty member. I was just in it for the discount. I wasn't really looking to do much else with it for quite a while. You know, if somebody wanted to purchase a program from me, that was great. But I wasn't, you know, actively pursuing any part of the business for a long time. But really, at the end of the day, I've had such a life change from being a part of this, and from just both what Beachbody's done for me physically, but more so, you know, emotionally, the relationships I built, the people I've met, like so many good things have come out of this for me that it's made me have this like massive passion for it. And I just can't help but want to share it now with other people. So why not grow a business doing something that I love? So that's how I got here today. That's how I founded Team Impact. That's how my wonderful friend Heather here is with me today. And I'd like her to share her story and how she joined with me, because what I'm not going to sit here on this call and tell you is that being a coach is always easy, and that everybody just comes flowing to you because you're a coach. I mean, it takes work. It takes consistency on your part. It takes you setting an example. And I think that Heather is an absolute testament to my determination.
Yes, that's a good word.
that I have sometimes. So,
right. So I like to consider myself as Susan's prodigy. I just did what she told me to do, except I turned her down at least 8 times. I was that person. I didn't want to try the shakes because I thought that they would be gritty and it would be like Slim Fast, because I tried those too and I didn't like those.
You were weird. You were really worried about the texture.
I am a huge texture person. Like, I don't even like chicken noodle soup because of the texture, but that's a whole other thing. So every single time that she would present this to me, you know, it was like, no, I couldn't do it. You know, it wasn't the right time. I was, you know, working 60 hours a week. I still am, but, you know, I was the breadwinner of my family. You know, I was in the hotel business. So, you know, I left early in the morning, came home late. I didn't have time to work out. You know, I'm a mom to twins. That in itself is huge. And so when Susan was like, take care of yourself, I was like, what? Moms don't do that. We don't have time for that. Where do we put that in? And then, so I turned her down, and then T25 came about. And that was the program that kind of started it all for me. And I'm not going to lie, I bought into it because it was 25 minutes long. And if I could get results in the shortest amount possible, sign me up.
I'm in.
Fine, I'll try your shake, I'll drink it, I'll do what you want me to do. And that's what I did. And I can tell you the night that I, you know, hit pay or whatever, I was like, oh my God, I just spent this money on myself. I'm not used to doing that. Or that at that time I wasn't, you know, so.
My health things changed.
Exactly, we're perfect for each other.
Right.
And it was something about simply breaking it down and being in a supportive environment that really changed everything. It was, I drank my shake, I took a picture, I shared about it. I did my workout, I took a picture, I shared about it. And I did it every single day. And so at the end of T25, I had huge, huge results. And at that time, I wasn't even focused on meals, like a meal plan or a diet. I was simply the foundation of just doing Shakeology and working out. And it had great results for me. So because I was already bought into Shakeology and Susan approached me about coaching, I was like, no, like I'll do it, but I don't want to sell anything because I was so scared of what other people would think of me. I have a huge, huge bad habit of that. I've gotten a lot better through Beachbody and Susan.
We've all gotten a lot
better. But I didn't want to be the annoying friend that was a product pusher. I didn't want to be that. Like, I want friends to be around me because they genuinely like me, not the products that I sell. But in turn, I've now learned that Beachbody is what makes me better. So that's why people are drawn to me.
Absolutely.
And so when I started, I feel like I've been through all three phases of coaching. I started out for a year. I was a discount coach. And when Susan said, you do not have to sell anything, I was like, right. I swear to God, she didn't force the issue. She just continued to do her behaviors over and over and over again. And then I finally one day decided to do it. I didn't care what people thought. And that was in June of 2015. And I think I kind of shocked you.
As you always do.
Like, I just hit the floor. I mean, I just hit the pavement running, and that's what I did. And I just haven't looked back. And so I was still working my job full time, and I was working my business more as a hobby coach because I am going to work out anyway. I'm going to drink my Shakeology anyway. All I'm really doing was adding a couple posts on Facebook.
Right.
That's what I was doing. So at the end of the day, if I felt like I had failed my business, I was still going to come out ahead. I was still going to be healthier. So that's what I did. And then in January of this year, in 2016, I had some things change. And the first person that I called was Susan. And luckily, I had Beachbody not as a fallback. That's not how I consider it, but it was more like a landing pad that launched me forward. And so I'm just like Susan, like I'm all in. Like, I just believe in everything that Beachbody has to offer. So it's decide, commit, succeed. And I truly believe all three of those steps are the foundation of everything. Buying a challenge pack, doing a challenge group, and being a coach. It's the same type of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, as I'm listening to you talk, it's just making my heart happy. But
you're awesome.
Keep going. No, I think our team, is really something I want to share with you. And really, it's just what I want to share with the world. And it's a vision that I have that this is the outcome of, team impact. And it took me forever to come up with team name. One, because I'm the least creative person on the planet, which is also why I'm really glad to have Heather because she's the creative one of the two of us. I have nothing creative. But I was just really thinking about like what I wanted our team to be and what I wanted us to do. And at the end of the day, I just want to make an impact. And I kind of get emotional when I think about it, but like I want to leave my mark somewhere on this world. And when I walk out of a room or I finish up a conversation, I want to leave it better than it was before I got there. And that's what I want for our team. And I want it to be a place, and it is a place, but not just want it to be, we've created it. It is a place where people can come and be friends and have fun and build relationships and have trust and not be judged. I say in every single challenge group I have, I say in my coach group all the time, like, this is a judgment-free zone. Like, I am nobody's judge, and neither is anybody else in this group, and I just simply won't tolerate that. Like, that's not how we roll. We support each other, and we push one another, and we'll call each other out. Like, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, we're not afraid to say, hey, what are you doing, girl? Like, you're falling off, because we care. And we're trying to spread this mission with as many people as we can. I never thought I would get all of this out of a workout program and drinking a shake. I mean, it's crazy to me how much being a coach has changed me. And it's crazy to think of the relationships that I built and how different my life is today than where it was 4 years ago. I really feel like a different person. And, in fact, I made a video for my team today where I was talking about this past month and, kind of our results for the month and what we did. And I was just, sharing that I actually struggled with a lot of things this past month. But one thing I didn't struggle with was I shared a whole lot of joy. I did. I mean, I feel like Heather was saying, at the very least, I'm going to do my workout. I'm going to drink my shake. I'm going to be on social media regardless if I get paid for it. But one thing that I've added because of coaching is that I'm like a professional joy spreader. Like, I'm constantly trying to lift other people up, and let them know that they're good enough and that they can do it. Because if I can do it, and if she can do it,
I can do it.
Like, anybody can. I work crazy full-time hours. I travel for my job. She's the mother of twins. Like, you think you're busy? Like, we got the market cornered on busy, And I never had this kind of motivation before. I wasn't like this before,
Right.
So if I can do it, I have to make it my mission to just let everybody else know that they can do it too. So that's what our team is about. And that's the culture of the team that we've developed.
And I think that's what's so interesting to note about us is that we actually went to high school together, but we weren't friends in high school. Or at least we don't remember like really being like zen in high school.
I think I'm sure we were at the same parties.
Right. That my husband threw.
Right.
But
right.
I mean, we weren't like buddy BFFs in high school. But what was interesting is that through Facebook and her passion for fitness rubbed off on me, and like now we're inseparable. And I think the one thing that I love about this opportunity is that I feel like in the corporate world, in motherhood, in just adulthood, stop settling. Like, stop being vanilla. Stop being just accepting life because you feel like that's just what you've been given. Like, dream big.
There is more.
Be bigger. Like, why can't you be a career woman, super mom, PTA president, and take care of yourself?
Yeah.
And so that's just why, I don't know, that's why I think it's just stuck with me, It's
absolutely
been 2.5 years.
And we're going strong. So let's talk about some of the fears and thoughts.
Oh, yes. We've heard them all. And we've thought them all.
We've probably thought them all at one point, and we've definitely heard them all at one point.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
So the biggest thing, you've already kind of addressed it. I'm not a salesperson. Like, I can't be a coach because I'm not a salesperson.
Right.
So what would you say about that?
You don't need to be. And I always tell new coaches this, and you're big on this also. Don't sell.
Please.
Please
don't sell.
There are so many people on Facebook in the world. I mean, don't be a used car salesman. You don't have to be. So like when I'm presenting the opportunity and reaching out to people, and I love that, like with Beachbody, you can really have integrity. You can have a heart and approach people the way you would want to be approached. And I am not afraid for people to tell me no, because I said no 8 times.
Yeah. And really what I always say is we don't sell, we share. And there are certain what we call vital behaviors within Beachbody. And one of them is just be a product of the product. which means you're doing one of our workouts and you're drinking your shake. And then you just tell people about it or post about it on your social media. Like, I would have no problem being like, Heather, Nail Spa 1 is the best nail salon, and you have to ask for Alex to do your pedicure and Amy to do your nails, which is true. And if you live in Houston, go see them. But so it's the same thing,
right?
Like, I'm just recommending something to you that works for me, that I really love.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way that I see it. And I mean, I bleed Beachbody blue because it has worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
And hundreds of customers, that I've had. So I don't have a problem saying you have a need, I have an answer, because I do. And so that's what it is. It's sharing. You don't have a quota. There's no quota.
No.
You don't have to hit a minimum. You don't have to carry inventory.
Nope.
We don't do that. That's not what we do. Our company is about fitness first.
Mm-hmm.
And our job is to help people change their lives and to motivate and inspire them and encourage them and help connect them with a program that's going to work for them.
Right.
And I don't think that that's something.
And I say the same line whenever I'm talking with new clients or whatever, but it really kind of goes into coaching. Like, you have no idea what your potential is when you have a whole team, like a whole cheerleading squad behind you.
Yeah.
Like, what could you do in life if you felt supported? And I think that's what Beachbody is for me.
Yeah. It's a huge support system.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't have to sell anything. Don't worry about selling it. Just worry about approaching people like the way you would want to be approached and living with integrity and putting your heart into something, and it all works out. It always does.
Or just focus on getting your own results.
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you the number of people where I've walked into a room and they've gone, what have you been doing?
Yep.
Like, they hadn't seen me in a while, what have you been doing?
Right.
Let me tell you what I've been doing.
Exactly.
So what's probably the biggest objection that you've heard?
Oh, the biggest one is I'm not thin enough. I'm not in my best shape. I haven't reached what I call my summit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I felt that way. I know you felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
What was the biggest eye-opener for me on that, because I still did feel that way after I signed up to be a coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was just doing it to save my money. And I didn't think I could really do anything other than that until I went to a live Beachbody event.
Right. Agreed.
There's these quarterly events that we have all over the country, in cities all over the country, called Super Saturday. And it's just, coaches get together, it's some training, you get to do a live workout with other people, which is always fun, because you're usually working out at home. They're always a great time. But I'll never forget my first Super Saturday that I went to. I stood there and looked around and was like, wow, there are all kinds of people here.
Yeah.
And there's men, there's women, there's moms, there's old people, there's
college students.
There are extremely overweight people. There are super uber fit people. Like, the whole gamut was covered with the type of coaches there was. There wasn't any specific, this is what a coach looks like. And I was like, oh, like, that was eye-opening, because what I realized was all these people are just on their own journey, right? They're just inviting people along for the ride. That's all that they're doing. Like, they haven't arrived, even the uber fit people, right?
Right.
They're just at a different place in their journey, than some others. So that's what really was the light bulb moment for me on that, was there is not a look for a coach. There is not a stigma of what you have to be. What you have to do is you have to care about yourself and you have to care about others, and just be on your journey. So there's that one.
Agreed.
I'm going to have to say my biggest thing, and probably one of my bigger objections, and why I did all my little research, was I do not want to do one of those pyramid scheme things.
Oh, that's a big one. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So Beachbody is a multi-level marketing company, which, do your research, because that's not a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes, by the way, are illegal. Like, you cannot have those. But multi-level marketing and network marketing is the number one place to be right now. And I really want you to think about it. And when you talk about multi-level, the reason the whole pyramid thing always comes up is because multi-level, looks like a pyramid. So it goes back to the old pyramid scheme days. But in what corporate organization, if you do have, this guy here, and then you've got this guy down here, in what corporate organization can this guy make more than this guy?
Right.
You can't. And every corporate organization is a pyramid, y'all.
Right.
There's a boss and everybody works for them, right? The only difference is you can't get ahead of him.
Or that it's on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper.
Right. And that they're dictating your work hours, and they're dictating everything about your life.
Right.
So I would just say to you, you need to research network marketing, because that's what we do. And there's a lot of potential in network marketing. There are so many business magazines now and things like that are talking about, now taking control of your own finances and your own, destiny as far as your career goes is the way to go, because there's so much instability in corporate America right now, that, the only secure thing to do is to secure your future for yourself. So that's what we're doing. Our president and CEO, Carl Deichler, who founded Team Beachbody, he says we're a multi-level helping company. We're an MLH. So that's probably the biggest thing that I get. But I'm happy to talk about that one in more detail, because I do understand, like, not wanting to be part of something shady, right? Like, that was my fear. Like, I don't want to be part of something shady. And after doing my research, I felt confident that wasn't the case. But really, another eye-opening moment as I went to my first Beachbody Summit, which is the big annual conference, and I got to hear the CEO speak and his wife and the folks that created Shakeout. I got to hear and see the integrity behind this company and what it's about and how it got started and the history and all these things. And I was like, I'm all in. Right. I'm all in. Like, this is legitimate. If I had any questions going into that,
right,
I learned it is absolutely legitimate. What else?
I think those are the big ones, right?
Yeah, time.
Those are the same.
We talked about time.
Oh, time.
I don't have time. Look, you don't have time not to. I work on my phone all the time. What other business can you just work on your phone? She works her business in the pickup line at school, picking the kids up.
I do.
I find the hidden moments in the day. We talk about this with each other a lot. The hidden moments that most people probably don't even realize that they have,
right? Because
they're not pursuing a passion. They're not pursuing a dream. But when you have a passion, you'll find those moments. Believe me. I thought I didn't have time for anything else, that I couldn't possibly put another thing on my plate. And here I am, coaching people every day, talking to people every day, created a team of awesome people underneath me. It's amazing the hidden moments I was able to find when I found something I was passionate about.
And you're probably so much more efficient.
Absolutely. I'm healthier. I've got more energy.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
I get way more done in 4 hours than I ever would
than the
before.
average person.
I'm focused.
So, right.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about like empowering women, and men too, just empowering people, you know, it's amazing when you take your life back and you have control over it.
Right.
And just like you have to choose between eating that cupcake or drinking that soda or choosing water or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? It's the same type of thing. Yeah. It's about being efficient. It's about dreaming big. It's about not settling.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So here's the deal, guys. I talked about Summit a little bit, and our team sat at Summit this year,
Mm-hmm.
and we were, sitting in this row, and it was this big long row,
Right.
and we were like, how cool, and we had so much fun, by the way. Like, it was Nashville. We had a blast, and we always have a blast. Like,
right.
We just like to have a good time. Like, why are people so serious all the time?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, it's such, like, I feel like as you get older, it's harder to meet people.
Absolutely.
I do. I feel like from the mom standpoint, like, schools are transactional. It's like everybody's rush. You go to work, you get in your car, you go home, you do this, you cook dinner, la 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 la. And it's like, it's hard to be social sometimes.
You're too tired. You're in your bubble. You've got your blinders on.
Right. And meet new people. And that's one of the things. Like, if there's one thing that I love about Beachbody is that there's 460,000 coaches, I think is the last count maybe that they did. Ish. Because it's kept growing. Hello. But it's like, there's all walks of life and all different people, and you just have the opportunity to meet people and have friendship. And we kind of call it our sisterhood a little bit, because that's what, like, going to Nashville and Summit was about.
We stayed together in a hotel room. We did everything together. We just had an amazing time. And our thought was, next year, we want to fill this row. Like, we want to grow our sisterhood, right? We want more people like us that want more out of life, that want friends like us, that want to have a good time, that have passion, that love helping other people.
Right.
Like, it's
like a fun gang. Like, who doesn't want to be in that type of gang? Like, a fun gang, you know? Like,
right. And they say, the more the merrier. And that's really how we feel. Like, and the truth is, guys, we don't want just anybody.
No.
As part of Team Impact. We want people that want more. We want some passion. We want goofy. We want fun. We want people that are willing to put the work in. We want,
Exactly.
No Debbie Downers allowed.
No. I mean, there's nothing worse, right? Like, optimistic, people that
glasses half full,
that want to live life, like, want to experience it. And that doesn't mean have a ton of money or anything like that, or travel the world. I mean, we all have different goals, but just, I don't know, have fun.
Have fun.
So our hashtag, because we're both hashtag queens, is hashtag fill the row.
Fill the row.
Right?
Yeah.
That was our goal when we went to Summit. We wrote it down because we took notes like crazy, because that's how dorkish we are.
We're note takers. Yeah.
And I was just reviewing the notes, like, just a couple, like, last week or something, and that was one of the goals that I had highlighted in my book of notes, was fill the row.
So we're going to Summit in New Orleans next year, and we're going to fill the row. So this is our invitation for you to join us and help us fill the row and help us fulfill a vision that we have. We want to help you create your own vision and help you to dream bigger and to think bigger. So there are several different ways that you can join us. And I'm not going to try and break down all the details for you on this call, but just reach out to me or your coach, whoever invited you to this call. Reach out to them. They're going to tell you the best way to get started so that you'll be set up for success from the beginning, whether it's just for the discount and we can motivate and support you on your own health and fitness journey, or if you're ready to just rock your own business. Whatever it is, whatever side of the spectrum is, we're here to support you, and we're inviting you to come along on this awesome ride with us and help us fill the row.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to quit jabbering your ear off, but you can always reach out to us with any additional questions you have, and we will be happy we're open books, obviously.
Absolutely.
There's nothing that's off the table.
Nope.
So if you've got questions, be sure to let us know.
There you go.
All right. Thank y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.